My name is Farai Chinomwe. I am a beekeeper in the city of Johannesburg, the biggest many forest in the world. I got introduction to the bees when a colony and a swarm of bees went into my drum, musical drum. From there, I started to look after those bees in the drum, learn more about how to handle bees. And out of interest, I built some more curiosity of keeping bees for a living or a lucrative business. It is a very good working with bees so far. I'm learning quite a lot from the bees, the nature. You learn about plants, calendar, when plants flower, when plants hibernate, seasons of the year through working with the bees. You understand also the nature around you. So working with bees has given me peace and liberty. Taking care after these little insects is quite fascinating. Each and every time or each and every situation is different when we approaching every bee colony or a hive. All hives are not the same, so which gives the brains a kinetic vision. You won't be thinking the same thing to the next one. So working with bees, it also gave me knowledge of things that I did not know, like the diseases, problems that are faced by the bees in nature. As we talk right now, bees are quite important in our food security, but they also face some challenges that need human assistance. So the degradation of a natural environment, it also increases the bees colonies to a number of problems. The lack of food, which can cause colony collapse disorders. So if the food do not have food, if the bees do not have food, so they become weak and become their immunity decline. They end up just perishing of hunger, and some other pests and disease can as well affect, because bees will not be able to get the right medicines for themselves or the right things they need. Also, bees are very important in our ecosystem as well as the farming and food production. Bees do most of the pollination to the food crops that we eat every day. So without bees, pollination aid of some food crops will not do well. The aid of bees pollination can increase the quality of fruits as well as quality and quantity of fruits. Bees are a measure of an environment. Where there is bees, it means the environment is very good. All the resources are up to the level. So starting bees out of the circumstances from the drum, I also realized this could be a lucrative business. I could convert these bees into a business, and very good. I would not be telling. I don't tell bees what to do. Bees wake up very early and know where to get their pollen and do their work. As a beekeeper, I just have to set the bees to do what they're supposed to, line things so that the bees will follow. It's quite interesting. Products we get from bees. We got propolis, pollen, and honey. Beeswax is the, should we say, raisins or the gum or oils that the bees produce from their bodies. The beeswax is used to store food as well as developing young bees within it. So a wax cell works for multiple purposes in a hive. We also have a propolis. Propolis that is an antiseptic resin that is spread around the entrance of the beehive and the walls of the hive to prevent bacteria developing. It also balms some of the mouse or invaders that got killed into the hive. We have honey. So far, honey is quite known as very sweet. Honey is food for the bees. Though humans and bees have a long history together, humans using bee products, pollen, propolis, and honey. But factually, taking honey from the bees, it's really starving the bees, except if they are manageable and the person also considers some honey stocks to be left in the hive when the people doing the harvesting. In the past, people mainly depend from honeybee hunting. There wasn't so much beekeeping like the modern beekeeping we have. Also, the beekeeping industry has developed new hives, new equipment, which makes it easy for the worker and the bees themselves. If you work with the bees, you can work without harming them. So far, we're using the Langstroth hive, which use removable and movable frames. In some society, people they still use the traditional method of burning bees with fire to get honey. So this destroys the bee population in the area. So blessed be Africa. Sometimes we also engage the community, teaching them about the importance of bees and how to care about bees, as well as stopping the killing of bees. We as well introduce modern beekeeping to the people so that they can work with the bees in a friendly way, as well as generating income for themselves, since they can take their honey products to the markets.
These bees have no food, come from a removal.
Working with bees,
These bees are starving. You can
I
see the bees are eating
also have gone beyond to
pollen and chewing.
raise awareness for the bees. to the community through running
seeking for food.
marathons in
The
reverse.
last dried honey on the
I
so
have
when
done,
you remove bees like
comrades, the most
this,
longest
you got
and
to
hardest
give them
world
drone come
ultra
so
marathon.
they can help themselves.
So is two oceans, the most beautiful ultra marathon, 56 kilos and 90 kilos, plus some other races that goes around in South Africa. Soweto, the Icon's journey, 100 kilos. So RASTAFARI, these are the works that I am doing with the bees. Each and every day, it's a good morning to the bees. And breakfast with a running to keep fit. Working with bees, you also have to be fit, because gotta have lots of stings and lifting the boxes as well. So these are the things that enlisted in beekeeping, but it's quite interesting. Every time things are different all the time. To be a beekeeper, I would not have been if the bees have not gone into the drum. So I give thanks to the bees going into the drum. So this also brought some peace way of working, because each and every time work is very rife. So this have managed to create a job for myself. So blessed be Africa would also want to expand our beekeeping business to have more, increase the number of hives, produce a lot of honey for the community and the markets. This would also enable us to alleviate poverty and bring revenue and also strength to the African economy. Beekeeping, pollen, honey, or nectar, these are natural resources that can go unused. So if we can use bees to collect this, that can really help to benefit from our natural resources. So this, through using bees, people would also be able to look after nature and understand their environment, protect their environment, because they'll be knowing what are the benefits of who and what. Let's go into beekeeping and save our bees for the benefit of both. Rasta bee, blessed be Africa. Bees love my hands. I don't know what is on my hand here. It's mostly concentrating on the thumb. Some are lucky. Bees were going inside the house wall. It's a very strong colony, been built like long cones around here. So far we have taken it out and put a replacement box that the bees will start to orient themselves into the box. Do not let your bees stay in longer in the walls. They cause too much damages. Here, blessed be Africa, Farai, Tabo, and Ango Rock. we are taking these bees alive. We take bees alive, put them into alternative box, then relocate them to safe places where apiaries, where they can start honey production. Work is rife these days. We have to create work. So through working with bees, this is the natural work we are creating. We're getting income out of the natural resources rather than waiting for investors from somewhere else. We got so much to do within our surroundings. So if one can look around in the environment, what one can do, things can be better. On top of the tree or the branch or by the... Okay, that's a good one. So here we're talking about creating employment through using natural resources that cannot be used. People are very much scared of bees, but bees can create a lot of work and income for those people who have nothing to do. So let's look at our environment. Grow flowers, then you can keep bees forage. Other than complaining at home, crying the government is not providing enough for the people. How about us? We work like bees. No complaining, just find what is supposed to be done and that's it. So stop complaining. Let us be like bees. Wake up in the morning, do our work without complaining, without grumbling or arguing with any of one of us. Knowing each and everything that's going into the hive. That's what we're supposed to be, a good society. So beekeeping is not simple. Bees can sting you. Bees can also cause dangers, but bees are very nice. If you keep them very well, they can produce nice honey. Honey locally produced is good for the local people because it has so much common of your environment. Your trees and you got the same DNA. We are from the same ancestor. So when you eat the honey from the trees around you, this is where it works as a remedy and cure some of your ailments. So honey coming from anywhere with different labels is pointless of having such honey. So it's just like having sugar in your whatever that you are doing. So let me tell you, go for your local honey. Find your local beekeeper around you. Take what is they are doing with their bees. You grow flowers in your gardens, and you see, we take the honey and the nectar from those flowers, then we use them for the benefit of all. Nectar is in flowers. Right now, the bees, we keep this one for the bees, because honey is food for the bees. Honey is not food for the people, but you find bees and people have a long history of working together. For these insects provides honey to the man, but man has not been good with his bees. He always take the honey, exhaust and stuff the bees with hunger. Some of the bees are even destroyed during honey robbery, which is not good. We have to teach our mankind the good ways of keeping bees and taking care of honey and stealing honey from the bees without killing them. So introduction to modern beekeeping is the simple way we can save our bees and make use of these natural resources. These bees are natural in the wild, but when they are in a manageable hive, they are very much worse than an insect just flying in the forest. And at the same time, bees are untamable. Though we've been working with bees for a long time, we cannot still send bee to collect something or bee to do this. Bees are still wild as they are. They still have their wild moods as they've been created, unlike the other domestic domesticated animals. So let we respect the bees. Here is the man of bees, Rasta Bee. You see it? Serious. Right, I am here to teach you and tell you more about bees.